A great way to find out more about drought-tolerant gardens is to learn from successful examples. And a classic is the water conservation gardens at the Royal Botanical Gardens in Melbourne. Michael Mcnabb is the manager of horticulture and he's giving me a guided tour of the gardens. Well, mate, what's the purpose of this garden? It's quite a demonstrative sort of garden. What have you set it up for?
Yeah, look, the purpose of the garden is to really show home gardeners that they can have a really colourful, bright, diverse garden at home using low water use plants.
Yeah. Now, I've noticed that there's a great mix of exotic plant species here as well as native, so you haven't been limited to one or the other.
Yeah, no, I think we've got the balance right between natives and exotics, and the key is to select plants that are from similar climates to Melbourne, so homoclimes, and I think it's really worked well here.
Now, just over here, one of my favourite trees, it's an Aussie native, the Silver Princess.
Silver Princess, it's a native of WA, the grey foliage, the weeping habit, it's a beautiful tree. These ones have been here for about 5 to 10 years. They get about 8 metres tall. One of the really interesting things about them is that they develop a lignotube under the ground to sustain them through really hot, dry periods.
This is a modified root, basically, a great big, almost like a tuber that holds moisture inside it.
Yeah, fantastic.
Keeps them going through the years.
Yeah.
Now, I spotted a beautiful little daisy over here.
Common everlasting, yeah.
OK, let's have a look at it. Now, this is a real little sweetheart, isn't it? Does it flower all year round?
It flowers for the majority of the year. It's native to a lot of areas of Australia. Beautiful yellow flowers, grey foliage, hugs the ground, suppresses the weeds. It's a fantastic little plant.
Now, it's the great thing about the garden is that there are all these terrific examples throughout. And I noticed that there's some terrific signage as well, so it explains everything to you, doesn't it?
Yes, we've got signage giving home gardeners tips about what they can do in their garden. We've also got plant labels, and the majority of plants that we use in the garden are readily available in the nursery industry.
The water conservation garden uses a fraction of the water the other gardens in the botanical gardens use, yet it's diverse, colourful and fascinating to walk through. Now, the sedums, they are almost indestructible water-wise plants, and of course they're a succulent as well, aren't they?
Yeah, fantastic pink flowers on them. They'll flower for months and months on end. The great thing about these is that when the flowers die, the flower heads are also quite interesting. They'll start to shoot again from the bottom, and you cut them all back in early spring, and you'll get a flush of new growth.
Look, thanks so much for taking us through the garden. It's really very much appreciated. When can you get in?
We're open 365 days a year. The gates open at 7:30, but for all of the details, you're probably best to go to the website.